Welcome back to Getting Here to Say. I do my video dating vlog as I go through the journey of getting happy and healthy and loving myself, finding someone I like enough to pursue in a relationship, engaging them, committing to them, and I guess getting engaged and then finally getting married. And then I guess y'all meet him sometime before I marry him. So something has happened. So as I'm going through this journey and dating, I realized that historically, after I get in a relationship, I put it on social media. And that's dope because I like to share my personal life just because it helps other people realize that it's okay not to be perfect, not to be everywhere they expect it to be, and to be kind of weird or authentic rather than what everyone else wants to be. So I could give a rip about social media. But the worst part is when you break up and you have to pull all that stuff down and everyone watches you deconstruct this life that you imagine that you would have. So embarrassing, and it sucks so much because everyone's in your business because you let them be. So I met this girl on this dating site, and we kind of talked for a little bit, then she disappeared. I was like, yo, I thought we was vibing for a little bit, whatever. She was dope. Disappeared. This was in like February, late February, early March. No, sometime in February. Vanished on me, disappeared. I was so upset. Okay. Because there was other girls that were kind of in the thing, so I was like, So I get off of this dating app because it sucks, and actually they don't suck. I just am impatient, and it wasn't doing what I wanted it to do. So I got off, and I find her on social media, and I friend her, and we start to rap a little bit. And I think I told you guys that I went on a date a couple weeks ago. Dope date. Super dope. And so I realized that even though I'm sharing my personal life on this thing, I don't want to give a lot of detail because I don't want everything to be out there. But there's a girl that I'm really interested in, and she's fun, and smart, and she loves Jesus. So we've been on a couple of dates, and it's been dope. But on our third date, we went to like this Juneteenth thing. And she ended up having to, well, she didn't end up, she told me that she was going to go to a birthday party. And I was like, okay, cool. I'll just hang out at the Juneteenth thing or I'll go home. But something came up and she was like, hey, if you don't want to go home just yet, because it's a little bit of a drive. It's like an hour away. You can hang out with my mom. And I was like, wait, what? What? So I'm down for the awkwardness. I'm down for it. So I was like, bet, let's hang out with mom. So we went to the Juneteenth festival. It was dope. I got to see all this Juneteenth stuff. It was right on Greenwood, historic. And it was all these black businesses and stuff. And I really wanted to get a shirt, but I didn't get a shirt because I got distracted. But her mom got a shirt. And I ended up meeting her mom. And I was like, well, where's her dad at? All right, because it's big for me. Like, you have to have a dad because, you know, I like a mom and a dad. And her dad is there also. And I meet both of them. And I'm sitting in the chair like this. Because, like, I really like this girl, but we're not like in a relationship. We just talking. And so for me to meet your parents is kind of big. And so I was kind of cold because I had on a t-shirt, but I was kind of cold, so I was sitting like this. She's like, you can relax, you can sit. So we're talking and stuff, and they were just regular people. I thought they was gonna try and grill me or drill me or something like that, which I'm not for because I've been here a few times. No, but they was just chilling, and then we watched the game, the Bucks and the Clippers and the. Nope, it was the Bucks and the Nets was playing. So we leave in the third quarter, maybe. Bucks end up winning. It's a fly in here. That's what I was doing. I was killing flies every morning. I don't know where they're coming from. Oh my gosh. So we go to the June thing, and his cameo is in concert. I ain't never seen so many old women tooted and just smoking dope. And I'm just like, these old ladies still got it. Just swinging that thing. So we chilling out, vibing, have a good time. And we just hung out. So that goes on. So we've been on a couple of dates. And this past weekend, we went on a float trip. You see that? That's from the gym. We went on a float trip. Now, can I say that all of this started because I needed a girl to go to camp with me and my students. I needed a girl coach. And I did not have one. So I slid in her DMs, safe. And I was like, hey, do you want to go with me to camp? It's going to be a week off work. This is cool because she's a teacher. She's off in the summer, I think, unless she has a part-time job. And because she's a Christian also, that's kind of a prerequisite, or to have a relationship with God. And go hang out with my kids. I just need somebody to help. I met you. You're cool. You work with students, so you're not a creeper, obviously. And they're not going to stress you out because you know what it is with kids. And she was like, hey, yeah, I remember you. I can't go. I actually have to work. And so I was like, oh. But since I'm here, you are cute, so what's up? And she told me that she was not dating right now. That's what she said. Maybe I started telling stories and I should have said this first. But yeah, that's what she said. She's not dating right now. So we just been hanging out, being friends. But we went on a float trip with her and her cousins and sister and stuff. We almost died. It was great, but also a complete mess. And so I think that she could tell you the story better than I could. So here she is. Just kidding. Just kidding. But no, we almost died. It was crazy. We was in this river in Tahlequah going down this thing. And I think the float trip's supposed to be 6 miles or something. I don't know how to tell miles on water. I just know that we were like 20 minutes in and we saw a bunch of people getting off their little rafts or float things. And I was like, oh man, we were all like, oh man, it's almost over. Let's get out and hang out. No. We started about 1 o'clock. We didn't make it back till like 7. It was like an hour per mile for the float trip. And to start off, we had a hole in our thing. So water starts coming in. We pull up to the first little stop thing and get the water out and see all these little baby frogs. We playing, splashing in the water. We stop at the next one and swim a little bit and sit in the water. It was cool. And then maybe like an hour later, it's probably about 3 o'clock. I was like, this was fun. This is cool. They was like, yeah, this was a lot of fun. This was cool. I agreed with them. I think they actually said it first. This was cool, but I'm ready to go. I'm okay with it. So every time we saw people on the side, we were like, oh, maybe that's the end. Maybe that's the end. And then we saw this Jeep sitting on the side, and the top of it said finish. And we couldn't see what the rest of it said. And it was like, oh, it's a finish line. And I was like, oh, it's too short. I want to keep going. It didn't say finish line. It said finish him, like Mortal Kombat. And so we kept going. And then we kept going and kept going and kept going. And this is amazing because I'm with this girl. And, part of like the dating or courting stage is like seeing how they are under pressure and stuff. So I start freaking out and being very obnoxious, or what I would consider obnoxious, because I'm hungry. We brought snacks. We didn't bring food. Well, she actually did make sandwiches, but sandwich, food. Yeah, it's not the same. So I get out the boat and I start pulling it. because I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. I'm pulling it. I'm pushing it. Most of the water's like waist chest deep or whatever. I'm not super tall, but I ain't little bitty. And then get to this spot where my feet don't touch the ground and I can't pull the boat anymore, and I start freaking out. Can't touch the bottom, can't push the boat. They all looking at me. I'm like, I wish I would paddle so we go somewhere where I can touch the ground. They're just looking at me, and my feet can't touch the bottom. And I'm holding on like this, and your feet go under the boat like this, and they're just up. And I'm like, I'm about to die. I'm about to die. And so I crawl out to the side of the boat, and I was like, help me, help me, help me. Like, they're girls, not like girls are weak or anything, but they wasn't finna pull me up in this boat. And I'm like, I'm about to die on the side of this stupid little river. I'm so mad. And I don't want to swim because I don't want to get my hair wet. And then I just stood up. I don't know what happened or what. I don't know. But my feet, I literally just stood up and was like, oh. And then climbed in the boat. It was awful. It was terrible. I fell out the boat. My feet, my shoes went downriver. My phone was in a Ziploc bag. It went downriver. She was also very, like, motherly or, like, planning. Because she brought Ziploc bags for all our phones. She brought lunch and snacks for the day. Just like, cool. So we're going. We ready to go. Some guy says, yeah, we're about halfway done. Pissed. I'm ready to get out of here. Tired, hot. I mean, it wasn't hot. It was like 80 degrees, but there's a lot of cloud cover. The sun came out for like 30 minutes maybe, and it was cooking us. But ready to go. And so, yeah, so we're going. We get some of the little currents, and we try to get on curves so we can go fast and stuff. It's fun. And we get on this one current, and we're going. These big trees in the middle, and we have to go around them. So we're going, and we're trying to figure it out. Like, you go this way, we go this way, stuff. And we go right on top of this tree. Right on top of the tree. And the tree pokes a hole in the boat. That already has a hole in it, mind you, but it pokes a hole in this. It's this big rubber tube around us, and then it's like this plastic stuff on the bottom you sit on. And then there's two rubber lines in the middle. So it's going to stay afloat, but there's water filling into the bottom of this thing. Her sister jumps out of the boat. She grabs all her stuff. She has this leather bag. I don't know, but she brought a leather bag with all her stuff in it. And she jumps out of the boat and onto this giant tree that is in the middle of this river. And we're like on the far side away from shore by like the mountain. And I don't know. She says there's a hole in the boat. I was like, quit playing. Yes, there's a giant hole in the boat. Water's filling up in the bottom. And for me, that's when it was done. Everything starts spinning around me. I don't know what's going on. Sister gets out the boat. She's standing on top of this log. I'm like, okay, we're all about to drown. How do we get all this stuff and get all of y'all out of here? And then the cousin is laughing, just nonstop laughing. I'm out of it, swirling. She's laughing. She's on the tree, like, okay, everybody get your life vests. We about to swim to shore. Forget this float and grab all your stuff. And then my friend is, I don't know where she was. I'm pretty sure she was on the edge of the boat, on the rubber part, and was like, okay, guys, everybody stay in the boat. Super calm, super collected, like, just like, hey, this is what we're going to do. This is what we need to do. And then they together get into the boat and get the boat off of the tree. I am no help. I'm trying to push it off with the thing because I can't get out. In my mind, we are in the middle of the deepest part of the river. We're all about to drown. It's over. It's done. Send the helicopter. Get us out of here. We're done. And we get off the tree, and then she literally stands up and pulls the thing over. And I was like, oh. Freaked out. Rule number 1, don't panic. Panic mode. Panic. We're about to die. About to die. And so then we go another mile and a half, maybe. And then, no, a little bit before that, there was these two girls in front of us fighting in this canoe. And she had the paddle thing, because she's the only one paddling, one in the front mad like this. And I'm looking at the girl that I was with, and I was like, never, please. I don't ever want to argue or fight in public. Ain't nobody trying to ruin this day. And so they're fighting. She got the thing. I was like, you could bust her in her head and push her in the water. Nobody will know. And, yeah. We went about a mile and a half forward, and we finally got off and got out of there. Got in the car and drove home. And it started storming. We had to pull out to the side, and yeah, I didn't make it home till like 9, 10 o'clock. We got there about 11. It was a long day. But I got to hang out with her a lot, see a lot about her. She saw a lot about me. And yeah. So that's my big announcement. That's where I'm at right now. Who knows? Have a great day.